The Canadian Card Collector here, and welcome back to day 661 of a daily deck review. And the deck that we're taking a look at today is the Gold Lord of the Rings playing cards exclusive to the Lord of the Rings box set from Theory11. So, no further ado, take a look and see what we get. As you can see, it is very shiny there. So it is in kind of like a more of a matte finish, kind of like a satiny finish. There's that gold here on the edges, but it has a lot of gold foiling on it. So it's really shiny, so it's more gold foiling than that other kind of more matte gold there. But as you can see, it says Lord of the Rings there in the middle there. And you've got like Gandalf or someone there in the middle there. Then you got all the different like items from the movie all around the front of the tuck box there. And on one side here, you have a little statue character there. And on the other side, that same kind of statue. And just to be clear, I have not seen Lord of the Rings. I know I probably should have, but probably should have seen it by now. So I won't know all the references in these cards. I know some of the references, but not everything. And on the bottom here, you got the Theory11 logo. And you got, what is that logo? You got whatever movie studio logo that is. I can't quite remember it at the moment. And then it says Premium Playing Cards Theory11. And on the back here, a little sneak peek of the back design-ish there. And there is, the tuck box is slightly embossed, so you feel the texture of it there. And then for the seal here, you got that red seal here. It is a custom seal because it kind of looks a little bit like weathered there at the top there. And a little bit on the bottom, so it is more of a square seal. Then you got the Eye of Sauron there. And it says the Lord of the Rings there. And then on the top it just says the Lord of the Rings in gold foiling. So now let's press down that seal. Grab one of our hand dandy card openers. Crack that seal on the tuck flap here. It's got more of that design that kind of slightly wraps around. And then it says something on there, but it's really foiled, so it's hard to see even in person. There. And then on the inner tuck flaps here, you got this little circle designs here. Take the cards out of the box. On the inside tuck box here, it is fully custom. And there's that kind of tree design all the way throughout. Now that we took a look at the tuck box, the very shiny tuck box, time to take a look at the cards. But these are slightly different because they are wrapped up. You don't usually see this too much with Theory11, that they wrap their cards on the inside. So we'll just grab that pull tab here. And well, as always, we'll start with that back design. So here we have it looks like a mirrored back design, but it could be a one-way. But it looks mirrored there, and it is in that white and gold foiled design. So it is gold foiling there instead of metallic ink there. So it's a very shiny. You got the Eye of Sauron there in the middle. You kind of got that different language inscription there in the middle, and then it says one ring to rule them. And it says that all the way around the little circle design. Then you got the different places up there, all the way around. And you got a bunch of different like references and stuff. So you got the eagle, you got, and it says the eagle are coming. And then it says the Nazgul are coming. Yeah, so definitely lots of detail. And it looks like a mirror design. So if you flip it over, same design in both directions. Well, if it's not a mirror design, it's definitely subtle, but it looks like mirrored. But now for the cards you get with the deck. And here we start with the first card here. Kind of like the Joker. There it says Earth, and then it says the Third Age, and it says a new power rising, and it looks like all like the bad guys from the movies. Kind of there. And I couldn't tell you really their names. That might be Golem or Smeagol. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, it says Middle Earth there, and then on the side here, you got some more stuff. Some little, but you got more gold foiling. And then here you got the heroes of the movie here. And it also says Middle Earth. That says Darkness Must Pass. There. You got all the elves and some other characters. Wait, those weren't the Jokers, I guess. Those were just two little extra cards, because this is actually the Joker. They look very similar. What says Joker? Joker, you got the two little eagles there. Or griffins, or whatever they are. It says the eagles are coming. Here it says the Fellowship, Middle Earth. And then you got the main kind of characters there. And I forget his name, Frodo. I think is there in the middle. And then you got the second Joker here, which is the enemies here. Which I wouldn't be able to name. But it says the Nazgul are coming. And we got that custom Ace of Spades here, which is Lord of the Rings at the top. You got that black and gold spade there. And it has Middle Earth there, right on the front. There, and then you got the custom font and suits there in the corners. There, and it looks like all the numbers are gold foiled. Then you got that custom spade design with that kind of tree design inside of it. And that goes throughout the rest of the spades. And they all have that little design there in the middle. And we got the Jack, Queen, and King of Spades here. 3 custom court cards. And they are all different characters from the movies. And we got the diamond here with that little building on it in that red and gold colorway. There, nice custom ace there. Once again, they got the custom gold numbers. And you got that custom diamond design there. It's kind of like a design there in the middle. And then they got a little bit of a heart kind of little design there in the middle. So definitely a very shiny deck of cards here with all that gold foiling. And you got 3 more custom core cards for the diamonds here. And then you got the clubs here with 3 more custom core cards. And sorry that I don't know the names of the characters. I wish I did know them, but I don't. And we got the custom club design here. They have another little design there in the middle. And then we got the custom ace of clubs here. It says 3 for the elves. There. And then lastly we got the Jack, Queen, and King of Hearts. Here we got a custom heart design as well, which we can see here. And we got a little barrel there for the design there in the middle. And then lastly we got the Ace of Hearts here, where it looks like, I forget, Frodo's house. That's kind of what it looks like there on the front. But now that we to look at the cards, time to test the handling. And I gotta say, straight out of the box, pretty nice spring ability to them. They're definitely on a little bit more of a thicker side, just because the foiling makes it a little bit thicker, but they're not like super stiff or anything. So super smooth to spring. A fan, fantastic. Like that's like a super even fan. You can see like almost every single number there. Pretty nice Pharaoh. Now onto the giant fan. A nice super shiny giant fan. And the custom faces. So overall, there's definitely no issues with the handling. They feel fantastic. You even got a little bit of like a texture to it, like a slight texture, nothing like too crazy. What was that foiling? Because it's slightly imprinted into the card. So they make a little bit of a texture to it. So overall, here's that fancy, super shiny background once again there. That white and gold foiling there. A pretty nice background. I really like it. Even though I haven't seen the movies, I still really like the design of the cards and everything. There, and they just really fan really nice. But look how like perfect that fan is almost every time. There, and then you got the custom core cards with the characters from the movies, which once again I couldn't name. There, then you got the Jokers there. One was the good guys and one was the bad guys. And then those custom suits for every single suit. And one of my favorite things when they do in decks of cards here is when they do the 4 fully custom aces and not just one of the aces. Yeah, because it's usually just the ace of spades that's custom, but when they do all 4 aces, it just adds a little bit more to the cards itself. There, so they definitely spared no detail on this deck here. Especially with that gold foiling. They went like super heavy with the gold foiling. I'm not complaining. Always nice to have a little bit of gold in your cards here. And once again, they handle fantastic. So, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed. And this has been day 661 of Daily Deck Review. And this has been the gold edition of the Lord of the Rings playing cards from Theory11. And I'm the Canadian character signing out. That's the video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.